What about these rumors of you and DarkPhan and Dyer sharing a bed together?
Rumors? No, they're not true. Not at all.
Well, what about this audio clip?
Xeke,
Sure.
come back to bed.
Where did you get that?
And this photograph?
No, this interview is over. Turn that off. Turn it off now. No, I said turn it off. Welcome back to XekeLand. Been waiting for it to stop raining, but it's been going for ages and it's daytime, so I can't sleep. And wandering between places, I've seen a lot of badness spawn. I don't have a sword anymore. I'm all out of arrows. You know, I'm just going to leave him. That's going to take a while. I've been transferring resources. I've been looking around for any that I may have missed. And it turns out I don't actually have a deep storage unit for my gold, so that's just going to sit in here for a bit longer. I'm going to leave these tin, copper and iron blocks as well. What I do want to do is actually go down to the Nether and set up an ender chest. I know I've got one somewhere, I just have to find it. Where did I put it? This is why, because of all this. I have a ridiculous amount of ore that needs to get macerated, and I think I have twice as much dust that needs to get smelted, but I may just do that in the overworld. Anyway, I need to find this spare ender chest that I've got somewhere. I need to make a new sword. I've got 43 levels, I should probably enchant it as well. Oh, I thought the rain had stopped for a second there. And I also need to still figure out exactly how I'm going to... Don't you hit me. How I'm going to deal with the mobs that are spawning in the storage room. Whoa, jeez. That's a... Yep, a rare rat. It's got to be getting dark soon. I've got to be able to sleep this away. Might just go hide in my house until it passes. I still have to find that ender chest. It's not there. Oh, is he still following? He is still following me. No, I will go hide in my house. Get out of here. And I'll wait until, well, nighttime so I can sleep, or daytime without rain. Guy's gonna give me trouble, isn't he? Oh well. I'll just do some spring cleaning while I wait. And I can see clearly now the rain is gone. He sounded kind of close. Alright, let's look here. There it is. That's the ender chest I need. Oops. Damn it. See, that's full of all the ore there. Actually, while that's there... See, I got all of this as well. Let's just throw a couple more of those in there. Fill it up a bit. I'll take the tungsten out and replace it with tin. Why not? Alright, I'm going to put this chest down in the Nether. I'm going to need some diamond pipe, some wooden pipe, and a redstone engine, which I don't think I have any of. So I'm going to find that stuff. Still pulling out heaps of ores. Yeah, I'm going to find all that and see you in the Nether. Fail. Just made myself a fancy green sapphire sword. I'm going to use 13 levels on it because I have 43. Oh, actually, I've almost got 44. Let's find 14. We'll stick 14 levels into it, and we'll save the 30 levels for, I don't know, a pick. Because that one will break eventually. 15 will do. Disjunction 1. How handy. Anyway, I've found everything I need for my little automation thing in the Nether. I have cobblestone pipe, I have, where are they, stone pipes, I got my engine, I got my diamond pipe, I had to make some. I'm sure I've got some spare somewhere. I know I actually lost the first lot that I made with the encounter with whatever that big cat was, I can't remember. I lost, I think, 7 pipes there. I know I made another lot to replace that, but I don't know where they went. So I made this third lot, and they're coming with me to the Nether. But they'll be perfectly safe, provided I don't walk on the handrails. I don't want this way, I want to go this way. Okay, the idea is to put this ender chest up the top there. I wonder if there's a way I can minimize the amount of diamond pipes I actually need to use. Get up there. Here we go. I already have these engines here. Oh well, now I have a spare. Actually I have 3 spares at the moment. Whoa. OP pick much? Okay, let's just get rid of these. And we'll put this one in the middle here. Actually, we'll stick it there. Okay, that needs the iron, not the iron, the wooden pipe. You know what, let's not stick it there. Let's stick it one more this way. We'll stick the chest here, pipe there, and the redstone engine there. And that can transport into... If I want to split this up so we have... How many on each side? There's 3 on each side. I think I need to get these chests out of the way. I don't want these to be joined anymore. Climb up. There we go. Maybe I do. No, I don't. This one's going to have to be different. This one can be stone transport pipes. I don't think I'll need the iron ones, but I brought them anyway. And there's the wooden ones, I didn't need to make those either. So prepared. Now let's get this out of the way. That can all go in there for now. Okay, this diamond... I have to keep an eye out for him, I don't have anything to deal with him. The diamond pipe will have plenty of outputs. Maybe I can put it here. I'll have to get rid of that. Okay, so we'll put this one along that way. And I can put that pipe next to that. And another stone one across the front. And I don't actually want it to join the chest. Maybe I should move the chest over there. There he is. Could be in a bit of trouble if he starts shooting. Yeah, that's right, fly away. Okay, we want... I only have 5 outputs. Okay, let's do this with 2 instead. Actually, it might be a bit more than 2. Give me these back. Ouch. Probably should have took that into account before I did that. Now, I should also make an easier way up here, but I'm not going to bother. Come on. Get up. No. Let's do it this way. Here we go. Right, so we're going to have one pipe heading this way. And we're going to have one pipe heading this way. Now, things in this pipe are going to have to feed into a diamond pipe over here. It's making me nervous. I bet he knows it too. Is that a pipe? Yep, I have to grab that. Can't let any piece of pipe go to waste. Alright. Okay, so how do we do this? We have that one feeding into... How did it get over there? That's weird. Feed it into this one. Because we can do that like... So. Actually, let's put that there. That one comes out that way. That one goes into there, and we don't need any of these anymore. There. Alright, so we're going to need 3 different ores. Let's use... what? We'll go the silver, we'll go the gold, and the iron. They can be this side. What colours do I need? I need blue, red, and black. Okay. You can go in black, you can go in blue, and you can go in red. There, that's that side sorted. Come on. No, I don't think I actually have enough macerators set up to deal with all the different types of ore. Dropped one. Where did it go? What I might do for the moment actually is remove that silver one and replace it with a tin. Because tin's pretty close in colour to silver. They're both light. I can't really easily get this out of the way, can we? Oh, looks like we can. I may have to make more macerators eventually. Although, in theory I shouldn't need more, because I shouldn't be generating any of the tin and copper that I don't want anymore. But I suppose there is actually quite a bit to be found in the areas that have already been generated. Alright, let's change you. It can be one of these. Now there's definitely more than one. One of them sounds like he's right above me. Alright, so feed this... This isn't going to work very well. This one needs to change to one of these. I still have sand. Yeah. I better take that stuff out. I don't want that anymore. No, they're all good. Okay, so we've got the blue one. This one's going to be those pipes, and I actually want that to go that way. We'll fill this hole up. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. Come back, I made you a muffin. And we don't need that. Alright. What was I doing over here? I was replacing silver with one type of tin. How do I know which is which? That's one. And that's one. Yep, they're both different. So we'll put that one in instead of the silver. And that one goes in the yellow. And green is the other one, so that can go in the green. I'll just stick you in red. There, now we're all set for tin. That's not what I wanted to do. Silver, tin, copper. I want that copper, and is that the same one? That is the same one. Man, this is hard. Is that the other one? Yeah, that's the other one. Cool. Alright, they can both go in green. And we'll put one in black and one in blue, I think. I just need to put the iron and gold in, and this is all ready to go. Iron and gold in the wrong order to what I originally said. There. I stick this lever on the ground. There. And I think I should check all of these macerators to make sure they're empty. Yep, they're all empty. And I need to have all of the engines pumping, which includes the one there. Now this will hopefully eventually... Ooh. Oh, that's right, the silver doesn't have anywhere to go. Let's stick this chest up there as well. Ah. The silver was the first thing, it's going to throw all of that out. It's a minor oversight. There. Oh. Okay, that should go in here now. Yeah, it is. And I dropped one. There it is. I keep falling off things. I'm going to blame it on it being 20 past 4 in the morning. Alright, that's the tin going. Let's just make sure there's nothing else in here that's not going to work. Silver ore. I have a lot of silver. Alright, that should be good. Let's stick that in there. Alright, and I can take all this back up to the surface and stick it in a deep storage unit. I do not have any sort of chunk loading here, so this is not going to stay macerating and smelting forever until I get a chunk loader in. Now, there may be a problem with the chunk loaders. They may actually be causing some issues in my world. I do know of someone who was recently saying that the chunk loaders were leaking memory on his server. Oi, oi, no, 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 no. Crap. Did he break anything? No. Good. Yep, so a bit of lag. So hopefully the chunk loaders aren't causing problems in my world, but it's possible that they are. Which is a shame, because I'd like that tree farm to continue running. I may have to look into an alternate mod for chunk loading rather than the chicken chunks that I'm using. Which is a shame, because chicken chunks are rather simple to use and they're pretty cool. Oh well. Okay, so I need to get that chunk loader. I also need to deal with all this. Now, I'm thinking of potentially making some sort of automated smelting operation as well. Still day, good. In the little basalt cobble hut just here. I may need a bit more room. But I want to essentially be able to pump things into these furnaces, have them smelt and then pump back out. It'd be using 2 ender chests, an input and an output pretty much. But given that the ender chests have that 3-color combination on the top, that shouldn't be too much of a problem so long as I can take a fire resistance potion and farm up some blaze rods. I think I've only got 9 left. Anyway, for the moment I need to organize that chunk loader. I think I may be able to take out the one that I was using in the quarry area, because I've moved where the storage is and that's now above the chunks as it's on the chunks are getting loaded. So I should also be able to move the fuel supply for the engines. If I can do that, then I can take that chunk loader. So I'm going to go look at that. Alright, this is the one I want. Yeah, we got the room. Let's grab that. Mine. And we'll put this cobble away. For whatever stupid reason, I made the cobble the one at the back. I couldn't be bothered changing it right now. Okay, so the cobble's all in. I need that fuel supply to somehow be on the same chunk. I think it already is. That's pretty borderline, actually. It's hard to tell when the chunk border is like that. Could, I suppose, move the chest in there, put this over here and the timer over there. Could make it go up as well. Oh, just leave it there. If the quarry stops, then it stops. No big deal. Cool, it's still going. Thought I saw some more ore in there. Alright, back to the nether with this chunk loader, and I'm just going to stick it on that one chunk. And hopefully that'll keep everything going. That's all seemingly moving smoothly. Got the chunk loader in place. Not so smoothly. It's kind of weird how it's very jerky like that. All this copper's on its way over here. That one's not getting used at all. That's the black one. That's a different sort of copper. Okay. This one's got tin. That's still going. That's good. And things get pumped out pretty quick because these engines have been going for a while. They're nice and red. There we go. As soon as something's done, two things get smelt. What is it? Removed. Sucked out pretty quick. I have noticed that this is actually filling up pretty quickly. So if I have multiple coppers in a row, that could be bad. I think I might need to get a few overclockers in here, just so they can speed up and not choke themselves. Go away. I'm talking here. Yes, if this fills up and that's trying to put things in, it's just going to be a huge waste of ore. Things are just going to pop out and I'll miss them because I won't be here. I've also noticed my inventory is now full of all other ingots. It's because these chests already had a whole bunch in them that I'd completely forgotten about. And they also had a lot of glass. I made a bunch of tanks. Don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm pretty sure overclockers increase the speed, but they also increase power consumption. But given my location of the nether, that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's filling up really quick, but that's pulling out some tin now. Or some iron. What did I put next? Yeah, tin. So that should be okay for the moment. And the way this is, doesn't look like there's anything doubled up. Except right at the end here. Can I fix that? I shuffle these around a bit. There. That should be okay. Hopefully it'll macerate its way through all of this before it starts the next lot. You know what? I'm kind of doubtful about that actually. What do I need for overclockers? Clear set item over. Oops, that's a W. There is no W in overclocker. That's a pretty fancy electronic circuit. And copper cables and 10k coolant cells. What do I do with those? Tin around water buckets to give me a 10k coolant cell. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. I have heaps of tin. It's just the circuits that are going to be a little bit of a problem. Where's the recipe for circuits? I know exactly what it is. I don't know why I'm even looking this up. There it is. Refined iron, yep. And this cable. I've got a fair bit of rubber and I've got a lot of copper, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Can the furnaces keep up? It's doing a pretty good job. Oh, go away. I think 6 overclockers for the macerators should do it. These ones aren't doing anything yet. That'll be an iron. The first iron is where? There. Yeah, let's just grab that and stick it in. Actually, let's not do that. That kind of defeats the purpose of this whole system. Okay. That's that. I'm going to make some overclockers. All that silver in there. I've got more stacks back in the quarry. I'm going to be so rich. I should grab some arrows while I'm there too. I'm going to be hanging out in here. Anyway. What do I need? 6 overclockers. Alright. Let's go do that.